Hello, I'm Kendall.
And I'm Philip, and we're here in Penang, Georgetown, Malaysia.
We have been here for 2 weeks and time has flown. So the very first thing we do when we arrive in a new area, we contact Rotary clubs and we also check out meetup groups that relate to language. Here in Penang, we didn't find too many language meetup groups, but we did find 2 Rotary clubs, the Georgetown Rotary Club and the Penang Rotary Club. It just so happened that the week that we contacted them, they were having a Chinese New Year's celebration, and they welcomed us and invited us. When we got there, there was a lot of people from all different cultures. This community is very rich in multiculturalism. And when we got there, they showed us different traditions, and one of the traditions that caught my eye is something called lusan. It's a tradition, it has rice and it has 7 different ingredients, and each ingredient represents something, and everyone had chopsticks together, and we tossed all these ingredients together, and the higher that you went and the more that you tossed it, the more prosperous and the luckier you will be during the year. And while we were there, of course, I shared Lingohut. Everywhere I go, I share Lingohut. So when we were there, I shared Lingohut, and the Georgetown Rotary was meeting yesterday, and they invited me to come and speak. It was a great opportunity. It was taken very well. They love our platform. They love that it's a free language resource, and they are going to help me share it around Penang, which I'm really excited and very grateful about that.
Yeah, that's right. And as Kendall mentioned, about the multiculturalism here in town, one of the things about this is that it was started by Sir Francis Light, and he really stressed multiculturalism. And that's really evident today in a street called Street of Harmony, where 4 different houses of worship are basically neighbors of each other. There's an Anglican church, a Cantonese temple, a Hindu temple, and then finally a beautiful mosque that share the street, and in about 4 or 5 blocks or so, they're all right there together. And it's beautiful because they all welcome each other.
Yes, they
Everybody's welcome, and everybody's welcome to come in and join into the ceremonies and really partake in the multicultural life here in Penang.
They really do. They really do. And the other thing that they love in this city is art. And so in 2012, they hired a Lithuanian artist to come in and do some murals on different walls in different buildings around the city. And it kind of took off. The tourists really started to kind of play a scavenger hunt game, looking for these murals and taking pictures of it. And it was so successful that the city council decided to hire a wrought iron sculptor. And they put on about 20 other wrought iron sculpture designs through the city. They also are against walls of different buildings. It tells the history and the future of Penang. And because of that, hotels and restaurants are now partaking in this. In every corner and every nook that you turn, there's another piece of art, and it's been really fun taking pictures. I wrote a blog about it. If you go to lingohut.com and check out that blog, you'll see all the great pieces of art.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Right. And then next what we did is we went to Orangutan Island. Now Orangutan Island is on the mainland, so we took a drive about an hour and a half or so from here. We went across the big bridge here, it's about a 10-mile bridge, over to the mainland, and then on to a big lake where Orangutan Island's at. And this is a place where people can serve and rehabilitate the orangutans. There's an organization for that. And one of the most beautiful things about it is that the orangutans here are really in their natural habitat, because instead of the orangutans being behind bars, it's the people behind bars. So it's really kind of an opposite world. It's really neat, and you really get to see how these animals behave in the forest and how majestic they are. And one of the interesting things, of course, is that orangutan, which is what they call them here in Malaysia, means man of the forest. And that is really kind of says it all, because they really are man of the forest. They're so majestic and beautiful.
Absolutely. And there's also other monkeys that roam around there, and they just come into the cages that we're in. A little intimidating to me, but hey, we did it. It was fun, and we also did a video about that. So go check out our YouTube channel to check it out.
Yep.
One of the things that we did while we were here, which was the very first weekend, was Thaipusam. It is a festival that's celebrated by the Tamil community, which is the southern area of India. And there is probably about 7% of the population here in Penang is from that community. And so it's a very large celebration. Actually, here it's one of the largest celebrations besides in India. And so we decided to go. We went to the temple, and when we got there, we had no idea what to expect. And when we got there, people were drumming, they were dancing, they were singing. It was so busy.
It was electrifying.
It was electrifying. And there was some extreme piercing, which I'll be honest with you, gave me a little bit of problems. But I went ahead and did some video about that. So I recommend you check out those videos.
And check out our blog.
Yeah, and just a warning, they're a bit graphic, those videos, but they're fascinating celebration.
For sure.
And before I let you go, I want you to know that the people of Penang have been so welcoming. We've met such great people. We've gone out to dinner, we've had lunch with community members, and they're so excited about Lingohut because, like we said, it's a multicultural community that I think we are going to really see a growth here in Penang. Our next stop, though, is starting tomorrow.
Lumpur. That's right, we're going to Kuala Lumpur for 2 weeks.
We sure are. So we will be coming to you in a couple weeks and sharing with you our experience there. But for now, adios.
Tot ziens.